The Forgotten Room. It started with a whisper. Jacob never believed in ghosts, demons, or anything supernatural. He was just a guy looking for a cheap place to stay, and when he found the old Victorian house for rent at an insanely low price, he thought he hit the jackpot. "You're welcome to stay," the landlord, Mr. Grayson, had told him. "Just stay out of the locked room at the end of the hall." Jacob chuckled. "What's inside?" Grayson's expression darkened. "Nothing for you to worry about." That should have been the first red flag, but Jacob shrugged it off. For the first few nights, everything was fine. The house was creaky, sure, but he ignored the noises. That was until he started hearing whispers. At first, he thought it was the wind slipping through the cracks of the old house, but soon it became clearer, a voice calling his name. "Jacob,
Help me."
The sound came from the locked room. One night, curiosity got the best of him. He pressed his ear against the door. The whisper turned into a desperate plea. "Jacob."
"Please, let me out."
His heart pounded. He rattled the doorknob, but it was sealed tight. He tried to ignore it, but the whispers only grew louder. Didn't exist. The next day, he searched the house for a way in. In the basement, buried under a pile of dust and forgotten boxes, he found an old brass key. That night, he stood in front of the door, key in hand. The whispers had stopped. Silence filled the air. He hesitated. Something felt wrong. Then he unlocked the door. Horrors. The door creaked open, revealing a room frozen in time. Dusty furniture, an old rocking chair, and a massive mirror covered with a sheet. Then he saw them. Handprints on the walls. Bloody handprints. Jacob's breath hitched. Something was in here. Something had been trying to get out. The rocking chair moved. Jacob spun around. His reflection in the mirror was wrong. It wasn't mimicking him. It was smiling. Then it spoke. "You finally let me out." Jacob's reflection stepped out of the mirror. Before he could react, an invisible force yanked him backward. He crashed into the glass, and suddenly he was on the other side. The last thing he saw before everything went black was his own body, walking away, smiling. Past, the house remained empty. The whispers returned, but this time Jacob was the one whispering, "Please, let me out." And one day, someone new moved in.